So untuk introduction of our assignments management, we have the planning, scheduling and control that have been concluded from the share industries. Right. So the reason we choose share industries is because they could provide us with the best and environment that could possibly be, since they can cater and give us the schedule and planning that they have been prepared.
The project planning will come first on the agenda. Prior to visiting Chiai Industries in Berhad, our group started discussing the manufacturing companies we may pick in the Johor area based on the group project question 1 week earlier. First, we determined how many weeks we would need to finish the assigned task. The next step is to pick and search for a firm that is appropriate for the project. Each group member chooses the business that need to be contacted and prepare the inquiries that will be made later to the business manager. One of us tested the firm the next day after selecting the company and preparing the questions, while the other group members are still hunting for company. They select 76 Distribution Sdn Berhad as the name of the ice factory in Bandar Penawar, but the manager rejects their request over the phone. So, in an effort to find a solution, we try to get in touch with other businesses, but Chiai Industries Sdn Berhad is the first one to return our call and consent to an interview. The shift manager then sets a meeting time of 3 p.m. for us to appear in order to do an interview. On the day of the interview, a group of us left the campus at 2:30 p.m. and arrived at 2:45 p.m. at Chiai Industries Sdn Berhad. It is due to the fact that we planned ahead before visiting the company in order to prevent delays in getting there. The objective of our management project planning is to fast control and smoother flow the management.
Okay, next I will explain about scheduling. What is scheduling? The main purpose of scheduling is to planning your activities, to make sure that your activities is achieve your goals and prioritize in the time that have been given. There are 5 steps in scheduling. The first one is activities, and the second one is procedures. The third is critical path analysis, and next critical path method and Gantt chart. Now my friend will explain about the 5 steps.
Operational control system ensure that activities are consistent with established plans. So, how our group controls our planning so that it is on track is by setting the deadline to send each part of the work at the beginning of the week time. This is because to give space to compile all the parts into one complete file. To ensure that each member does not do work, the leader will monitor his group members every 3 days by reminding them of the duty. Next, when there are group members who have problems, we will discuss together. We express our own ideas and opinions. Then we will choose the best answer by comparing it with what has been learned in class. In addition, when we have emailed a letter to company we wanted to visit, there are times when they don't reply back. With this, we take an approach with on track with warehouse companies that have the potential to receive student site visits. Lastly, we will control the driver time and the duration of the site visit. We went to the site visit after the lecture. This will not cause our study time to be interrupted. Duration of site visit is 1 to 3 hours. The time is enough to get the driver.
The first step of planning is to build a schedule of activities and predecessors. As you can see, we have divided the workings of our group by labeling the works with a set of alphabets, beginning with each alphabet with what task came first. For example, for dividing the task, we have labeled it as the alphabet A, as it was the first thing that our group has done during our progress of completing the assignment. And the continuing activities, we have labeled it according to the flow of the alphabet. Next is step 3, which is the schedule of critical path analysis. Upon receiving the task, we have given it the time of 1 month to plan our next move on completing the assignment. As for activity B, we have given it a time of 2 weeks to help our groupmates to study and prepare to decide on which part they want to take to complete the assignment. Next is the activity C, on which we received the site visit permission letter. We have given the time of 2 weeks because our lecturer gave us the letter 2 weeks after the question of assignment was provided. As for activity D, we have given a time of 2 weeks to deal with finding a suitable company for our interview on our assignment. Our group has conducted research on finding a perfect company to be interviewed on the factor of distance from our college to their workplace and the availability of their company. On the activity on alphabet E, our group has given it the time of 2 weeks as we were facing challenges on getting companies to accept us to interview them. Next, on our task is on renting the car, which we have given it the time of 2 weeks as there were many bookings on rental cars and we could not get one as many students have rented a car earlier than us. Next is the site visit on our chosen company. We have given it time of 3 weeks as for us to prepare questions for interviewing them and for them to be prepared to be interviewed by us. And for the completion of the report, we have given it a time of 7 weeks for our groupmates to complete their parts by studying the operation of the said interviewed company. As for the presentation, our group has decided on giving it a time length of 1 week for us to prepare on understanding and memorizing our parts to be presented in the video. And finally, the submission of our assignment was given the time length of 1 week for our group to compile all of our work and submit to our lecturer.
Alright, now I will explain about the first steps, which is the ERWAN network. So the ERWAN networks, this network explains about our productions from the first day until the last day, which is week 12. You can see it will start from at 0 day and start with production at A, with day to day 1 and B to day 2 and so on until it goes to C. Then we got to separate ways because the production will done at 5 day and H will done at day 10. We'll see that it have lots of errors, but at last at J it will go back to week 12. Right, so that's it.
For the Gantt chart, at the first week we receive the task and then we divide the task by group member in second week. In the third week, we receive the site visit permission letter. At week 4 and 5, we deal with the company that can accept for the site visit. It takes 2 weeks to deal because we deal with the 7 C's distribution at the first, but the company not accept any site visit in their company. We also start our report in week 4 to complete the basic information. At week 6, we got a company that can accept our site visit. We got a call by the furniture factory company named Chia Industries Nurian Berhad for an interview. In week 7 and 8, we rent a Grab car. It take a long period because the rent of Grab car almost full. Then in the week 9, 10 and 11, we complete our site visit. In the first week of the site visit, the shift manager cancelled our interview because of the emergency case. In the second week of the site visit, we interviewed the shift manager. In the third week of the site visit, we came one more time to get more information and take the factory pictures. We have complete our report in week 10, and now in week 11, we made the presentation about how we manage our project assignment. Next week, which is week 12, we will submit our task.
Alright, so for the next agenda, which is the valuing of planning, scheduling and controlling of our project. So all of them are going through smoothly based on from the planning, and the scheduling are also seems on the good conditions and it is also going smooth, but controlling seems to have some problems since the work got some slow problems that I will explain in the next agenda. Alright, so going through our next agenda, which is the issues that we have been assigned when managing the assignments. We have slow, self-working and uncooperative. So these points are based from the challenges that we have faced in working together with our group in making these assignments. So the slow are based from the time that the teams needed to manage their tasks, and the self-working are because some of them are managing the tasks individually and forget that we are in the team, and the uncooperative are there seems to be them that cannot give cooperations with the groups in the early stage. Lastly, for the recommendations that we need for facing the challenges is the understanding, cooperative and the mature. So these 3 points are things that need to be compassionate to the team members, because with a better understanding and giving cooperative and becoming mature and not like childish, will always can give the groups assignments to be going smoothly. As you can see, if the team members understand each other, they can talk to each other to make suggestions, and cooperative is them helping and cooperate to manage the task timely and helping if there are some problems within the members. And the mature are being more sighted and have a better nature to understand and accept things. So that's all for me and my team. Thank you for watching.